Hi, this is going to be part one of a series of videos called X number of ideas for resin jewellery for beginners, because I'm getting a lot of requests for this sort of thing at the moment, and I've put X number of ideas because I'm just going to keep going till I run out, and of course it's endless really. But what we're going to be using is ultraviolet curing resin. This is the Let Resin one that I use a lot, and we're going to be using this little mould. And we're going to be, so what we're going to be using is the Let Resin ultraviolet curing resin, because I can get that in whacking big bottles now and decant it into smaller ones, and it's really good. So we'll be using that. We'll be using this little mould throughout. It's just a very simple little heart mould. I think it's from Beck Makes, but I bet you've all got little heart moulds somewhere. They're easy enough to find. If not, this particularly nice shaped one is from Beck Makes handmade range. Our first one is using nail art stickers. Now, this should be pretty straightforward, shouldn't it? Well, let's see. First thing I'm going to do is put a little layer of clear in here. So, for those who've not used ultraviolet curing resin before, you don't need to mix it. It just comes out the bottle just as is, all sorted, all done. So you cure it with an ultraviolet lamp, which means you can use it like this. I'm just running it round inside the little mould. You can hear any stupid noises in the background. It's the cat trying to get in. I keep him shut out. He's not in the same room when I'm resining. And here's our ultraviolet torch. This is a very cheap one from Amazon, and it's a USB one, which means it's really easy to charge. Right, so that should be partially cured. Note that the mould's translucent. So the one obvious sensible thing I hadn't done was pop some gloves on, so I have now. The better quality ultraviolet curing resins I don't have any allergy reactions to anyway, but it gets messy, and if you cure a bit accidentally on your hand, it doesn't have to make you jump. So I've got a little bit of clear in there now, and basically I'm going to put some black on the back of this, because we're going to be tipping it out and then doing the sticker on the top surface, which is currently that side. So I now want black on the back. Now, putting black colour in ultraviolet curing resin can be a bit problematic, because if you put too much of the colour, it just won't cure. So, in a stroke of genius, Let Resin have brought out a black ultraviolet curing resin and a white one. And this is going to cure because it's designed specifically for this. Now, I want a bit of sparkle to it though, so what I'm going to do is get a little bit of my Super Sparkle White and add to it, and you can add this to pretty much any colour. As long as you don't put way too much, you will find that it won't alter the colour, it'll just add a bit of sparkle. So that'll just give it that little bit of sparkle. As you can see, it's almost a solid black, but they've got the magic mixture of just the right amount of black versus clear so that it actually will cure. So we're just going to fill it up like this, and I'm filling it right up to the top, because if you fill it right up to the top, putting that out of the light so that it won't cure, a bit just left in the pot, you can still use it. If you take it right up to the top, then it will stop it from having that nasty sharp edge we can sometimes get. So let's cure that. The reason for using a translucent mould is that you can cure it from the other side as well. So once this side is thoroughly cured, and we are working in thin layers, that is the best way to work with ultraviolet curing resin. But once this side is cured, we can also cure it from that side, just to make sure. So I'll be back with you in a moment. Right, so that should be cured. So effectively we've got our blank, and what's happened is we've got that shimmer, look, that's come through, but it's still pretty black. What I'm going to do is put another layer of black on the back. We could actually pop it back into the mould to do that. Might be easier, mightn't it? But I want to dome it up. So let's go. So just a little dot of the black. Give that another cure. That's cured, and we have now got a little bit of a dome on the back. We can do more later, but as you can see, we've got this nice shimmer come through. I might have put a bit too much shimmer, but from some angles it looks black, others it's got the shimmer. Now we're going to open our pack of nail art stickers. Now these are really easy to pull off, so all you do is peel off the one that you want. So I've got to decide which one I think would look nice on there, and I'm thinking that little flower one, actually. Is that one too big? Oh, I don't know. I can trim the edges off, can't I? Oh, decisions. Let's go for that one. So what we can do is get a little tweezers, pull him off. There we are. We're going to lay it down onto the piece wherever we want it, and I think about there. And before we go any further, we'll press it down firmly and I'll trim off that extra bit. And because I'm filming in the kitchen, these are the smallest scissors I can find. Of course, you could flip it over and just use a knife to go around the edge. That might be easier. Up to you. Whatever you find easiest. And now we're going to seal over the top of that. And to do so, we are just going to dome it like this. Put my paper out of the way. Now what you can do is just put a little blob in the centre and then use your little stick to guide it around. So I tend to go around the edges first. You find what works for you though. I just find this way easier, but whatever's easiest for you. But all we're doing is putting a clear coat over the top to seal it in. And it'll give it that extra sparkle as well because it magnifies whatever's underneath it. So we're going to cure that. Might even put another coat, don't know yet. Now, another little tip for you. People often ask what happens if you end up with rough edges. Now, I might have there where I didn't trim that so well, that sticker. So I'm just going to go along with a nail file, like so. And that will take off any surplus. So I am going to double dome effectively. So this is the second dome going on, but just a thin one. I'm just going to pull that out to the edges. By the way, if you've got a sticky mat or a bit of tape, it's easier if you do stick your pieces down. You can see I'm having to hold it with my finger to stop it sliding about. Or you could hold it with your tweezers or whatever you want to do. There we go. So that should be well domed now. Again, cure. And now the final touch I'm going to do is go around the edges because where I've sanded, it's going to be a little bit rough. So all we're going to do is put a little blob of resin over here. And we're going to get our little stick and again go around. So you could actually dip them, by the way. I just find this a bit easier to control than dipping. You can keep sort of doing this dipping and look, see, you can do with your finger. You can keep doing that as many times as you like until you get the finish that you want. I'm actually going to put yet another clear layer on. I want this one really properly domed up. And there we go. Isn't that nice? And that is just a sticker on resin. So I'm going to let this all cure up and then I'll put the little bail on it, which of course I'll show you how to do. Okay, let's say you wanted to go with a solid colour behind it. Let's put in our resin again and we're going to cure that. So this is the amazing new colour range of high capacity, stronger coverage marker pens from Artix. So let's say I want to try putting a pale, let's put a pale lilac behind it. Is that too pale? That's going to be too pale, isn't it? Let's find a nice colour to go behind them. I know, let's go purple. I love purple. Look at this. So what we're going to do, because they did tell me that these will colour on resin, and they do. Look at that. I'm also going up round the sides onto the silicone, so you might as well get proper coverage. Well, I say, they really do draw on resin. Goodness me, this is the markers. They're just acrylic markers, but look at that. Obviously, I'm going to need to let that dry because that's acrylic and resin doesn't like water-based things. And I've also got this mould, so let's do a couple in here with these, shall we? There's a little heart that's already got the hole in it, so we wouldn't need to drill it, but I don't think that's going to be big enough for bales. The firm that make these doesn't think about details like that. Now, you'll notice I've taken my gloves off because it's ridiculously hot and my hands were just sweating like mad. And also, as I'm just getting over a cold, I couldn't blow my nose with gloves on. I don't know why, but I couldn't. So I've taken them off. You should wear gloves just because, like I said, ultraviolet curing resin gets very hot when it's curing and it can burn your fingers. And also, you might have an allergy to them. It depends what brand you're using. This is a quality brand, this Let Resin one. I sometimes use Apex ultraviolet curing resin too. That works really well as well, but I just know I don't have any reactions to them. I tend to wear gloves usually just because it get damn messy, really. Ridiculously messy. So this time, what should we have? Should we go for a really bright red? Put them on a red background. By the way, this mould, I can't remember where I got it from. Got a feeling it might be an AliExpress or Amazon or somewhere. It's none of the fancy brands. So obviously, I'm not going to be expecting it to last as long as the high-end ones like Beck makes moulds. I thought, yeah, it's another heart, why not? Let's go for it. We're going to let those dry. Now, this is quite a thick paint that comes out of these. It's very heavily pigmented, as you can see. So it's going to take a couple of minutes to dry. This one's starting to, you can tell it's starting to go matte. So we'll be okay with that, won't we? But yes, let's let those dry. And then we're going to back them in resin again. Probably the black, just because it's easiest. In fact, I think that one's dried. You can soon find out. Stick your finger on it. Push that to one side. Let's do the black on the back. Black makes a good backing for anything because it brings out the colour that you put on the front. So let's let that self-level. Should we give it a little bit of a help? And again, the only reason for putting the clear in first is it gives a glossy front to the glossy surface to the front, and it also gives a kind of a 3D effect. Because as you can see from this one, the flowers sort of stand out from the colour at the back. That should be cured. And while it was curing, I went and found some more different nail art stickers. This one's got a bit of a metallic and holographic in it. So we've got a few to play with here. They were all extremely cheap, by the way. Oh, hang on, that needs a little bit longer. They're all extremely cheap. If you search nail art on Amazon or AliExpress, or a lot of the makeup stores have them as well. So just look for nail art stickers. Claire's Accessories I've got a load from in the past that were very cheap as well. Right, so that's our back. As you can see, it's got a purplish sheen to the black. Looks like I should have cured the resin off more first. Of course, I know the next question somebody's going to ask me is, could you draw straight onto the mould with your pens? I don't know. Let's try it. Yep, I think it depends how pigmented the pens are. These and how thick the acrylic is, but it looks to me as if you can. It does pull away because it's water-based and it won't like silicone, but you could. Don't know if you'd want to, but you could. So I'm going to try while that's still wet. Let's run the UV over it, shall we? And let's drizzle a tiny bit of Super Sparkle White in amongst it. Should we see if we can get the marble effect? This is a bonus one because I wasn't actually intending to do this on this video. We were just looking at the stickers. But hey, if this works, it's something we can have a play with properly in future videos, isn't it? We'll see. Depends how well it dries, doesn't it? That looks like it's drying well. Let's cure this, and I'm going to give it a little bit of time for these others to, the paint pens to dry on those. And I'll see you in a minute. I think these have all cured, dried, whatever you want to call it. So, again, let's go in with our black on the back. I think I will with this one too, because that has cured. So let's see what it ends up looking like. Very much an experiment, that one. Right, we're going to cure those up then. Let's see what these come out like then. Yep, that's okay. I've got a bit of black around the edges where I obviously missed with the pen, but we can live with that. This is just for demo purposes. And this one, I obviously hadn't cured the UV properly underneath, so I'm going to let that self-level, and then I will be... Yeah, I should have turned it over and cured it from the back like I did with this one, which has worked. Look at that. Interesting. So just going to give that a quick zap with the UV. I've just been putting the little clasps on these. These are just little pinch bails. Stirrup pinch bails, we call them, because they are little tiny stirrups. You can see that is the camera focusing. I hope so. So what we're going to do is pull it open and clip it round. Now this one, because the hole is so far into the piece, that's just how it is in the mould, then I'm going to need to get some bigger bails for that. But these, because I made my own holes, they are just where I want. So we've been able to just pinch them through and close. To a great extent I can do with my fingers. Now the only thing is this one is a funny shape in that the point at the top is actually getting in the way, so I would have to sand that down if I want it to hang completely straight. But I think you get the idea. This is all about the stickers, and as you can see, the little nail art stickers have indeed worked. And the acrylic pen and the shimmer on the back work surprisingly well. And just the acrylic pen as a paint. And our next one will be abalone shell. And if you've never seen abalone shell before, This is it, and I'm having trouble picking it up with my gloves on, but this is a bit of it. Look at that. Comes from a weird big sea creature. Mad, isn't it? So, I'll see you for the next one, if you want to see what I do with these.